What is going on, my people? Welcome back to the Unfiltered Empire. You're back here with your host, Mello, and I'm back with another one of my guys. I'm back with Baron. How you doing today, my guy?
Yo, going on, family. We here, and
So we did want to start off this episode with a question. And the one question we wanted to ask was, what's one thing you used to believe until you thought deeper about it?
I'm going first.
Yeah.
Righteous. One thing I used to believe until I thought deeper about it. I'm going to say, I used to believe that I truly dislike animals, dogs specifically. Probably because I grew up, always walking somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's school to the basketball court or things of that nature, and it's always was a dog just roaming around, aggressive and vicious, and just having to run for your life. You know what I'm saying? You probably have similar stories like that. You know what I'm saying? To jump on the cars and just doing too much fear, real fear.
Most definitely.
Thinking as a kid, you thinking you just that close to death. It's a traumatizing experience. So, more of the story, I grew up thinking like, get that animal away from me. I don't want to touch your animal. I don't want no animals. I used to be like, why does these people treat their animals like this as if they are, human beings, you know what I'm saying? But then I understood, and I grown up, realized like, yo, these animals have a soul too as well. They have personality, you know what I'm saying? They're here on this earth for a reason, spiritual reasons, powerful reasons, and reasons also to shelter, you know what I'm saying, with humans and love on humans and walk this earth, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I had to think deeper on, for sure.
That is understandable from the context of what you've been through with animals.
Right.
Like, when you get chased around, when something is attacking you and they have the momentum of, hey, I want to bite you and I'm going to hurt you, you're going to be scared. There's going to be that time that comes in like, hey, bro, I don't even like them, even if they are not trying to chase me. Because one of them chased me, I think all y'all going to chase me.
Come on.
So, I agree with that 1,000%. And it's unique because people love their animals. People have deep attachments to their animals. I sometimes, I can even say when I was younger, I'd be like, damn, how do people love these animals so hard? Like, damn, the dog is on the bed. The dog is in the house with them. The dog's licking their face. And I'm like, damn. I didn't know people have that much love for dogs until I realized, like, damn, this is what that dog means to that family. This dog went through this with them. This dog has been there since this moment and experienced everything through this, like through the times of these people. So it make you realize, I understand now, as I can say, I thought deeper on that as well. Like, there's a reason why people are like this with their animals. True. Animals have soul ties to human beings.
True.
And they give off energy as well. They can sense when we're going through things. They're actually very unique beings. They're not human beings, but they're very unique beings on earth with us. My answer to the question that we just asked a while ago, I used to think everyone's going to show me the real version of them at first. Whenever I meet them, and this is the younger version of me in school, whenever I meet them, they're going to show me who they genuinely are. And they will create a connection with each other, and it'll go on from there. Until I had to realize, no, people are going to show you what they want to show you at first, to see what they can get out of you. And if they can't get something out of you, they show you the other side that you don't want no part of. And then if they do want to get something out of you, they're going to show you the side of them that's going to comfort you. And like that's going to bow to your needs. Right? You feel like bow to your needs and make you feel worthy. Because I was having a conversation today with someone that's like, a lot of people live under the shadow of somebody else because that other person has dominance over them. And I used to think, whereas how are you letting that person have dominance over you? Like, how are you allowing that person to have dominance over you? And that kind of segues into kind of the theme of what we're going to talk about today, and it's critical thinking, because it all ties back into like, what are you thinking and how are you thinking to allow someone to be a higher power than you? Because you should be the one with the higher power in your life. No one else should be at a higher So I wanted to tie that into critical thinking a little bit.
I want to say fun fact about that. I was, doing some research and probably watching the video or some stuff, but they were explaining that some people walking around on this earth with, well, everybody has the switch.
Yeah.
But there are some people who have turned that switch off. You know what I'm saying? Meaning off where like you didn't connect yourself from source, disconnect yourself from source. Meaning your true self. And when it switches off, those people look for outside things to fuel them or direct them in life. You know what I'm saying? When in totality, you are the direction. The course of your life comes from within you. What is your passions? What is your desires? Your bloodline, your lineage, your astral identity. You know what I'm saying? It gets deep. We can talk about things.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about things as time goes on. We're going to break these things down, but it's powerful. You got to know thyself. Then you start to develop more and more over time. But when you outside, allowing outside things to direct your life, it's not real. You are real. Your true self are real. The events that's going on around you, they're not as real as you are. If you get what I'm saying.
And they're not as real as you think.
That one right there, they're gonna be like, huh?
What? What are you talking about?
Again, the events that's going on in your life, they aren't as real as you are. They real, but you are realer. Come on now, shout out my boy Nine. What do you say? They say my brothers aren't real, but all of my brothers the realest.
Come on.
Come on.
Hey man. That's the culture.
Culture.
That's the culture. That's the key. There's always the truth and there is your truth. The truth is your mind and the factual evidence of why and how things come to play. And your truth is your subconscious mind and how it interprets everything that's happening around it and how it breaks down this event. Because it goes into each his own, where it's like you have to realize whatever's happening in your life, whatever battles you're going through, it doesn't, what's the word? That's not you. That's not the definition of you. So whenever you take that time to sit down with yourself and who am I? Don't think of the bad times you've had, because you don't want to vision yourself as the person out struggling. Think of the times where you've overcome all these different challenges in your life, because that's going to make you realize the truth versus your truth. The truth is you're a soldier. You made here to be great. You made here to be one of the ones. You made here to you're here to level up and get better in life. But then your truth is all these things are happening to you. It's making everything so much harder for me. Oh, I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. I have to do that. And we're human beings. We all have to do something, but nothing comes more than you. You are the number one priority. Uno number one.
The only one.
Come on. I think like people are lost, and I say that in the perspective of lost and disattached from where the world is going. AI is taking everything over. AI is here. You now have natural intelligence plus artificial intelligence is enhanced intelligence. So most of the companies nowadays are now doing what they did to humans to AI. They're giving them a data set for them to study and learn off of, training them on the data, and then putting them in the field to work. School is a set of data sets, and they're training you on the data, and you get your degrees and you go in the field and work. You don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. You work for somebody else under their name, and your goal is to make yourself look as good as possible so they trust you with their business. And they trust you with hiring you and actually putting you onto another version of life.
Right.
And that's what AI is doing. They're taking AI in, building it up, saving money because it's cheaper, and then they're also making their life efficient because now I can hire less people. Now as an owner, I can train the AI to do what the people were doing, and then they're doing what they got to do. I don't pay them anything for real, and now my back end is higher. I'm making more money. I'm making more profit. So everything's about a profit.
Right.
Everything's about a profit, and it goes back to like, if they're training AI on these data sets, and you know that the data set is programming the AI to work a certain way, when are you going to sit and question what data set are you getting trained on? What data set are you training yourself on? What are you programming yourself to go do and go achieve? And then you can't talk about the things you want to go do and achieve and then not do the programming and put the data set in to make it happen. Because then it won't ever happen. And it ties into critical thinking. Because when you critically think on things, you build that plan, you build that structure, you build that guide. Okay, this is how I'm going to get to where I'm trying to go. And I can say that from the perspective of just building something in general. This podcast, this network is all a plan that I've critically thought about, and I'm putting it into fruition and reality. Like, a lot of people might hear that and think just money. Oh, but you don't have all the money. So how you talking about building a plan and building a structure, and you don't have big business, you don't have a big house. But the little things count too, because the little things add up to the bigger things. You're gonna see me with the money soon. You're gonna see me in the big places. You're gonna see the podcast grow. It's gonna happen, but it had to start somewhere. And all those little steps was consistently critically thinking. Because if I don't, it fails after the first time, because I'll see the first video go up and I'm just going to stop. I'm going to do the first video. I'm not going to see a bunch of views. I'm not going to go viral. I'm going to stop. I'm going to not want to do it no more. I'm not going to believe in myself. I'm going to do another. I did the first video with Baron, and one of our videos didn't get that much views. I could have been like, well, I guess they don't like us. I think we're going to have to just... Yeah, like, I guess they don't really want to mess with us. No. What do? We come back even better. We come back and we get more done. Like we drop an even better episode. We talk even more to enhance the knowledge of someone that's listening.
We will push past our limits.
Because there is no limit.
Each and every time.
Because why slow down? Why take those breaks? And why not believe in yourself?
The law in motion. No, the law says an object in motion will always stay in motion. But also an object at rest will always stay in rest. So you individuals who keep on sitting on your behind until you get up and go do some stuff, it ain't gonna happen.
And hold on, let's even elaborate, because I like this platform, this network is out here to be different. When now you say do some stuff, right? I'm gonna go a little bit deeper on that. Like, if you want to do some stuff, here's something you could do right now. You can take AI and you can make a theme page on social media. You can create a page with AI, find a niche, and make money off that page. That can pay you at times whenever you need some extra bread. You can do different things with that. Obviously, there's a deeper way of doing that because there's metrics like posting every day, the times of day you need to post, the type of bio you need, the type of captions you need. But that's when you join the Patreon that I have, because the community will teach you what you need to learn. So it's like, we're not going to sit here and say you need to do some stuff and then not give you stuff that you could do and make money off of. You feel me?
We got that work for you.
Come on, like, it's like the trap game. The dope dealer gonna give you a place to go run. Then you gonna get into somewhere else, and then they're gonna give you some other place to go run. Now you're not just dealing coke. Now you're not just dealing weed no more. You're dealing with coke. You're dealing with pills. You're dealing with all the other things.
Right.
We're building the same shit out, but legally, with the right things you need for your life.
Healthy.
Like,
think of it as vegan.
It's the vegan food,
right,
compared to the meat you eating right now.
Righteous. Have you ever heard of a vegan hustler? That's eccentric. That's eccentric, but we're gonna elaborate on that later.
A vegan hustler, man. Hey, I don't want to just say stuff. You feel me? Right. And I don't want. This is not where we're gonna just come out here and talk to people and just be like, we need to change. Like, we gotta stop doing this. We gotta stop like we're Mr. Perfect or something. Because I love keeping it real and authentic. Right. I know there's be someone out there that's like, bro, these dudes talking, bro, what are they doing? What is he doing? They're talking about meditating. Does he even meditate for real? Or they're talking about reading a book. Do you read a book? And it's like, yeah, like I actually meditate.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I actually read, like I actually do these things.
Yeah.
So if I can come out here now and talk to the world and tell the world something that's actually beneficial because I put it into play. I've done it. The things that I teach people, it's not like I'm not doing it, I'm doing it. So I'm a living proof of what I'm doing. Why would I not do that? Come on. We don't complain when we hear profanity and trap music and death culture and just desexualizing the human mind in front of us on TV every day. We don't complain about that. Right. But we might feel some type of way. We might say some things. We might push back on the things you actually need, or you might push it away. Mm-hmm. Not even push it back. You might not even want to accept it. Right. Because it's not used to your normal programming. Right. But you want different in your life. You want to change. You want to live differently. You want that new goal because you keep saying it. It's not like I'm the one saying you want that. No, you're saying you want to get better. Right. You're saying you want to level up. All right. What are you doing to level up?
Come on, man.
What are you doing to get better?
Come on, man.
And it's like, it's not a judge free. It's not a judge zone. It's all right, if you don't know, then let's set that plan up to start it. Like, all right, you just watched this episode. You just took your time out and listened to us talk and correlate with each other. And that's so appreciative, and we're grateful for that. Now, it's like, okay, what's the next step? Because we all question something in our mind every day. What's the next step? Like, always the next question is, what is the next step? What is the next thing that I need to do now to get to a higher level? Because it doesn't have to always mean money, right? But it means higher level in your soul, in your spirit, in your conscience, and how you really feel and how you move in the world, and how you critically think. I know it's just, I just want to power. Hey man, come on. There's a lot of people that are out here living in a life of negativity, and you're living in a life of negativity. And I always say to people, we create the life we're living. Yeah. The life you're living right now is from the decisions you've made. Mm-hmm. Not from other people's decisions, not from the other person all over the place. Like, no. What you're going through right now is a compound interest from what you've done in the past. So what I'm going through right now is a compound interest of what I've done in the past. I'm grateful that I had I flipped the switch in life maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Like, I'll do a little story time. And it's like, I started watching 19 Keys, and shout out 19. Yeah, shout out 19 Keys, man. That dude's a thought leader to the fullest extent. And I started watching him, and I started noticing how my mind's changing. Like, I haven't seen a person of that caliber, it like looks like me, talk in a certain way where I can actually, I'm like, oh yeah, I mess with what he's saying. I get what he's saying. I get what he's trying to break down to me. And then I started noticing, okay, I'm listening to what he's saying. I resonate with what he's saying. I might not believe everything he's talking about. I might not see everything the way he sees it. But now, what's the next step for me? Like, I just came across this. Am I gonna come across this and then push it to the side and it won't come back? It won't come back into my feed again. I'll forget about it. Or am I gonna start searching for more? Or am I gonna start now questioning the things he's saying? Damn, he said that, and I've heard other people say it differently. But now he brought a different perspective to me. Let me go see what that perspective is about. Like, let me go push the limit a little bit more and figure out, I haven't heard that perspective before, but let me learn about the perspective. Because at the end of the day, knowledge is king. Right. So it's like, the more you learn, the more you're going to grow. And I remember just start growing, start learning different things. And you just see the energy of people around you shift because they're noticing, oh, this dude's changing. He's changing, but he thinks he's better than us now because he's changing. Mm-hmm. And I'm in a race, because we talk about this with basketball. I'm in a race with myself. Like, I am changing. I'm going to keep changing it every day. I should be different tomorrow than how I was today, because I need to be better every day. So it's like the person on the outside that gets jealous, or not even jealous, but they start switching up how they act around the person because they realize you guys don't have anything to communicate on no more. Right. Instead of hating, or not even, let me say hating, putting any negative energy towards the other person, figure out look at perspective. I won't say figure out. Look at perspective. Look at the mindset of the person now compared to then when they're at the same level as you. Because that's why we look at people differently when they start changing. Hey, why are you not the same level as me no more? That's what they start thinking. Why are you leveling? Why are you going so far? Now you're gonna expose me because I haven't moved. If I haven't moved, then they're gonna be like, damn, he leveled up, you ain't moved yet? If you're on the same level as me, we can do this together, you know. I ain't gotta worry about no one taking no extra shine. Nah, we're on the same level. Right. But once you start switching those levels, like you have to come out of your own ego and look like, damn, what is that level doing for him? Why does he seem happier? Why does he seem more peaceful? Why do they seem like life is getting better even though other things are hitting them just like it's hitting me, but they're just interpreting differently than me? And then once you start sitting down and looking at those type of things and actually understanding what's going on, I feel like that should light a fire in you. Because that's what it lit in me when I saw someone at a higher level than me. I used to only see high level players as like NBA players, rappers, superstars, things like that. I would never see as a regular person speaking knowledge. I wasn't programmed to see that. I was programmed to see LeBron as my idol. My favorite player is LeBron. So I would grow up having shoes. I think I have a LeBron the 6 Miami Heat jersey LeBron. And growing up, whatever LeBron say, I'm like, oh yeah, I fuck with that. You know? You feel me? What's that? You good? And
my bad.
Yeah, you good.
I was trying to. I was looking at the first topic of the what critical thinking.
Oh yeah, it's the death of critical thinking. Yeah. I kind of went into that a little bit.
Gotcha. Now I was trying to think about something else and spin back into it, but yeah, continue with what you was yeah.
Yeah, I don't really remember everything I was saying. It's just I remember the main point is because I was going on a little bit.
Freestyle.
Yeah,
a little freestyle. Fact.
You just gotta be yourself.
True. So what I was thinking upon what you were saying is they got individuals out there who can't understand or cope with your growth. It's really just a level of miscommunication, a level of non-emotional intelligence, and also a level of not being able to hold yourself accountable. Because when you hold yourself accountable, you alchemize the energy. Now you're not in the energy basis of hatred. You're in the energy basis of love and reconstruction of yourself. Going back to what we was talking about, like everything has to deal with yourself. You have to understand why something from the outside world is making you feel the way you're making you feel. You get what I'm saying? So in saying that, once you turn that into yourself, like, okay, what am I doing wrong? How can I adjust what I'm doing to elevate or push past my limit? You get what I'm saying? That's when you turn that negative mindset into a healthy one. You feel me? Because of course, like, I wouldn't go in to tell nobody like, oh, you need to stop hating. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just coming to tell you to stop something without
Context.
Breaking it down on what's going on.
For sure.
You probably hate somebody, but hate and love are on the same spectrum. It's just about where you vibrating at, decisions that you making. You feel me? This whole time you think you hating, but you loving on somebody. You feel me? Whole time nigga could be loving on you and he could be hating on you at the same time. You know, it's just a law of nature. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And it's a lot of brothers who know how to see they partner or they cousin elevate and cultivate that. These people start to add value to the people that's coming up, and in doing so, you add value to yourself. Cause now that star, he see that you igniting his power, you valuable to him now. You know what I'm saying? And then that's goes. And these are the systems that we're going to create, me and my brother, that we have always created, like our ancestry. Like, we ain't just come up with this stuff, you know what I'm saying? We just taking what our father, our creator, our ancestors given us, and we're bringing it back to our people, you know? Because the only thing that's stopping us from being who we are supposed to be as a whole is the knowledge of self, the knowledge of where we came from, you know?
Knowing thyself.
You have something to pick up on that?
I do. Knowing the knowledge of self. We've talked about this topic multiple times. And knowledge of self shows you what power do I have. And a powerful man is a dangerous man. A powerless man is just a simple man. So you can tame a lion that doesn't think he can break out of the cage, doesn't think he can take over something. Mm-hmm. But you can't tame a lion that knows he's the king of the jungle, because that lion won't be feared of what you're going to try. Any tactic you have to take him down, it won't fear him. It won't work against him. And that's the knowledge of self. You need to know, like, I'll say for instance my name, Menelik Gary. Menelik was a king of everywhere. And when I have to know the roots of my name, and I go search that up, and I realize, all right, well, there was someone out here named me years back, decades ago, and he ruled Ethiopia. Right. So if I know that, then I know the power is already in me. The power was in me, just give it. God destined by me having this name. So that's a part of knowing thyself. Because every part of self is important. That's why I brought up my name. Some people don't really know the origin of their own name. Right. That's part of knowing thyself. Like, those are little things that can ignite the real flame in you that's in your DNA. Because it's something that's in you. The level of knowing thyself and the push you're going to have of trying to get to that level of, I need to know my history, I need to know what's going on, I need to know what my ancestors tried to do, I need to know what am I going to do to free my whole family, generations to come. That's a drive that's kind of coming from your inner soul. Mm-hmm. No one's going to put that drive into you. It only can get unlocked. It's in you, not, I forgot to say. It's in you, not on you. Yeah, it's in you, not on you. And it's knowing thyself to know what's really in you. Yeah. Because if you don't know yourself, you don't know what's in you. You're going to know what's on you, because what's on you is at the surface level. Everyone can see what's on you. That's why everyone flashes things on social media. That's why everyone puts on flashy clothes and go outside and just front on people. Because it's on you. You can show it, you can portray anything to anybody. But what's in you, deep down in your soul, what people really know you for, what you're about, that's something that can't be hidden. That's something that is always going to expose you. Mm-hmm. There's reality will always expose you. Right? Things in reality will always, there's nothing else but the best exposure is reality. It's going to show you what you're lacking, and it's going to show you that the ruthless way of just like, hey, you need to work on this. Some people don't like that. Some people are afraid of that. But it's healthy for you, because if something exposes you, you know where you're weak at. That's knowing thyself. When you know where you're weak at, you go and attack that area. You don't just think about it, well, I need to fix that spot in my life. I need to fix that part. It don't work like that. It's like basketball. You know thyself. I'm 6'5", 6'4". I used to be 235 pounds. I used to be a big man that would play the block, protect the rim, and get a putback layup dunk, and get a drop step dunk off the dunker spot. I knew thyself. I knew that I wasn't going to be the guy dribbling up the court. I knew I wasn't going to be the guy pulling all the threes. I know I wasn't going to be the guy facilitating the offense all the time. That's knowing my role, my play, how I'm going to do. But I do know that no one can stop me down low. I'm going to protect the rim almost every single time. I can get a dunk and hype up the team and hype up momentum. So I'm knowing what strong suits I have. So now I just fast forward to now, where I'm still 6'5", 6'4", but now I'm 195, 193 in that range. So now it's knowing the old version of myself and knowing now, let me enhance everything I was weak on. Yes, sir. Because now I just leveled down. I leveled down, but up at the same time. I leveled down in my weight, so my muscle mass is a little bit lower. But I also leveled up in my agility and all the things I was lacking in before because of the weight. So now I enhance my dribbling, I enhance my passing, I enhance trying to facilitate things and slowing down, I enhance my shooting. But then I still have the dunking ability, I still have the post ability, I still have the ability to block people, do all different types of things, and I just tie that back into knowing thyself.
Yes, sir.
Because if I would put myself in a box, I would have probably stayed that way and stayed in that playing style for the rest of my career in basketball. But I know I'm better, I'm destined for greatness when it comes to whatever I put my mind to, because I'm fighting myself.
Right.
So when I know that stuff, I'm always going to be pushing myself to the hardest limit. And I'm seeing the root of all, I'm seeing the benefit of all the hard work. I'm seeing that I stay locked in on something that I'm lacking to get to a higher level of my inner soul and my inner drive. I'm going to feel better in the long run. If I don't know thyself, I'm going to be complacent with where I'm at right now and think that that's just the level for me. That's how good I'm going to be in basketball. And I'm just going to stay that way forever. Because you don't know yourself. You don't see yourself at a higher level. So I feel like that ties into what you were saying about knowing thyself.
Yep.
And just, man, you are the most important person in your life. There's no one more important than you. But even when it comes to your kids, when it comes to your kids' kids, when it comes to your family, because if you aren't okay and straight, you can't take care of these people. Like if you're 100%, you can't give 100% to these people. So at the end of the day, someone's getting shorted if you short yourself. It's just a deeper chain of dysfunction.
Righteous.
You have to come first. And some people might throw backlash to that when it comes to their kids. But it's like, I promise, you're going to give your kid more when you put more into yourself to give to someone else. Instead of putting everything into someone else and draining yourself, so then you're actually hurting that person for the long run, because for the long run, they're never going to be able to get anything that matches up to what you're giving them. Because you're always going backwards. Giving to the pull in. I was looking up, makes it a whole deep picture. Coming back to little kids and you know how to think for yourself and trying to level up yourself and put yourself first.
Yeah. I'm with a story, little story time. Gotta go OG, bro. Everything that we plan to do on this platform, my brother plan to do this platform, cause it's the captain, team captain, think Black Panther, T'Challa, think Black Adam, you know what I'm saying, superhero, MC, main character, you know what I'm saying, but boom. Going on the topic of choosing yourself. So my grandmother, shout out my grandmother named Georgia. She told, yeah, Miss Georgia, come on, appreciate you, bro. She told me, it was around a time where I was working heavy. I was in a JUCO, you know, learning my little stuff, trying to get right, still playing basketball as much as I could, but I was taking care of my mother too. You know, I'm making sure that she was straight. My grandmother, she knew this, and she would always tell me like, yo, Baron, this is not your responsibility to bear. You're too young. You need to focus on yourself. And I would tell her, I'd be resistant towards it. I'd be like, Grandma, I have to do what I gotta do. There's no one else here. No one else would do it. It has to be me. This is my destiny. And things of that nature. She agreed with me and she understood this, but still was adamant about, yo, Baron, you need to focus on yourself. And then I decided to do just that. Left New Orleans, came back up here to Georgia, pursued, you know, my basketball career. Still in the middle of that arc, so to be continued.
My guy is cold. Y'all gotta see the highlights. The guy is cold. Make sure John Stockton doing away.
Come on, greatly gratitude, you know what I'm saying, coming from my brother. But yeah, basically in doing so, and I didn't completely just, you know, that wasn't just off completely of her advice. Certain things was transpiring in my life too, but in making that decision, a whole paradigm shift happened within my life. I had to go through a lot of pain, a lot of uncomfort, you know what I'm saying, too, to get to a point of mental clarity. Because that's what I'm finna say. This is what it's really about too. For real, to me, you know, is people will be like, oh, I gotta get rich. I gotta get financially stable. That's true. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud you for that, and I can't wait to see all y'all there. But the true destination, because once you get to that financial freedom and you're not mentally clear, spiritually clear, and physically clear, you're gonna be bored. You're gonna be spinning.
You're gonna go back broke.
You're gonna be. You took it basically spending your money willy-nilly on things that you don't really need, that you think you desire, or from that temporary happiness, things of that nature. So for anybody who's going through things right now, it's probably to humble you. It's probably to make you understand your desires and get out of your desires. And usually when you do that, God will elevate you and lift you up to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying?
I want to put something in there. What he said is very key, because things are here to humble you. But I also want to put in there as well, this is the solar cycle 25. The most sun rays are going to be hit on Earth. The most sun rays are going to be given off to the Earth in the past 11 years. So we're in a cycle where we're going to have a lot more energy. You can tell from how this year is going, things are going in the craziest way it can. Things are happening in big jumps. There's quantum leaps being made this year. So just think, if you're going through a hard time right now in life, your jump, when you increase the shift you make in your life, is going to be a quantum leap out of this part that's holding you back. This part of pain, this part of suffering, this part of not knowing, man, questioning, why is this stuff happening to me? Like, and not even just questioning why is it happening to me, but also saying to yourself, like, damn, bro, like, how much am I gonna get put through? Like, I know I can keep going, but bro, you gonna keep putting more stuff on me? Just know the next part of your life, the next chapter, the next jump you make is going to be a quantum leap if you program your mind to believe that. Because we all want, just like he said, we all want the money, we want to be rich, we want to have all the accessories, we want to have everything we want to do. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, it is capable for us to do that this year. I feel like we're examples, we're gonna do that this year. I'm in the path of doing it right now. You're in the path of doing it right now. So it's like, this is the year to get out of whatever funk you think you're in. Hey, we're not in a funk. We're in a period of time that's teaching us for what we need to get into right now. And once we get into it, it's go time. It's time to run. It's time to take it to the moon. Go hard on whatever you're about to go build. Go build something where you're so passionate about, and don't feel like you're working for it. Just feel like you're working on your craft. You just feel like you're skilled. Like when we hoop, when we're in the gym, I'll be in the gym 3-4 hours. I'm cool. Right. I'm not tripping over that. Like, I'm doing something I love to do. This is the year where you do something you love to do on the side and push any negative thought out of your head and just do it. Do it with all your might and power, because it will work. This is the year that things are going, every year things are going to work. This year just gives you a cheat code boost. Why are you saying no to a cheat code boost? Take the boost. In GTA, you used to have a book of cheat codes. That book was legendary. I just seen it resurface on X the other day.
Come on.
This year is that page in the book where you're getting some cheat codes on how to get farther faster. Use the cheat codes. I definitely want to put that in, because, you know, we got to empower ourselves to take advantage of the times we're in. A lot of people don't know we're in the solar cycle 25. They don't even know what that is.
I didn't know what it is.
Yeah, it's like the sun is giving off more energy to the earth this year. And it's from how we've been cycling around the sun. Right. This is the 11th year. In the 11th year, it shifts some type of cycle. We're in the Aquarius.
The Aquarian age.
Yeah, we're in the Aquarian
I know
age.
about that for sure.
So all of it ties into each other. And then this year, it's like with all that energy coming, it's just like just like the object in motion stays in motion and the object at rest stays at rest. Yeah. When all the things done this year, if you realize, just like that helicopter crash that just happened just 2 days ago, things like that are just going to happen more frequently. Just like how you're also going to see people get richer faster this year. The stock market jumped the highest it's ever done in, I think, the last 40 years. On Monday. Yeah, like things like that don't happen. Everything that's happening is showing you we're in a quantum leap year. The president has came in and done more things than any other president has done in the first 4 months, I think, in history at this point. He's dropped the market, shoot the market back up, drop the market again. He's caused controversies that people don't like. People have rallied. Millions of Americans protested the president we have in the office.
Right.
And it's been 4 months of him being in there. This is one of them quantum years. Like, things are just naturally going to be intensified. So the same thing goes for if you're building something. If you're building something and you're putting the right effort to it, it will grow faster this year. You can tell, and you have to program. I can't just say that and not believe it. I say that and I wholeheartedly believe it, because now the podcast is growing. The network is growing. We're on every platform. Every platform you can think of, we're on there. And there's videos up on every platform. There's something on there. So,
power.
It's that quantum leap year, man. It's that year where you jump out of your boots and jump into some other shoes, because you got big boy shoes now.
And there's a snake in your boot. So get out of there.
Facts, man. I definitely do want to talk about basketball a little bit. Or just like, I wanted to talk about some of the things the young generation talks about.
Let's talk about accountability partners.
Yeah.
I want to talk about what I believe accountability partners should be and what they should be. Accountability partner in basketball is the individual that's helping you grow towards both of y'all's goals. Because both of y'all's goals could be different, but it could be along the same path, in the same direction. Okay. So your accountability partner is supposed to push you towards wherever you're trying to go, and vice versa. But what your accountability partner shouldn't do is get in the way of your storyline and such. Meaning, trying to reconstruct your storyline similar to his. You know what I'm saying? And he or she's. And sometimes he or she don't know that they're doing that, which is lack of self-awareness of them, because they think they're trying to train this individual to be greater, but you try to train them fundamentally like you. That's not how you gotta go. To be a true accountability partner, in my personal preference, is to meet your partner where they are and know what is familiar and comfortable for them and push them upon that. You know, there's no negativity that needs to be performed when trying to push your accountability partner to break past their limits. Meaning, all the screaming, the hollering, the ghetto stuff, the ignorant stuff. It's not needed. A conversation is definitely much more suited when pushing your accountability partner, because one, that issue's respect. You feel me? That issue's respect, that you would talk to me in a good manner, same way that I would want to talk to you.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Two, I can I can positively and accurately get what you're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Because
you're understanding.
Yes. You allow me to understand it. If you're yelling at me, you're hollering at me, it's gonna take me longer to understand. It's gonna take me longer to process.
Because my first instinct is, why are you
righteous? So, right. Accountability partners are definitely needed, and I understand that accountability partners may not sometimes know how to coach their partner the right way. You know what I'm saying? It's understandable, but also that's when that other accountability partner has to lay them boundaries for you and teach you how to help them in their journey. And if your accountability partner can't grow with you, it's time for a new one.
Right.
If you can't grow with your accountability partner, it's time for a new one. If your accountability partner is weighing you down, it's time for a new one.
Get him out of here.
If your accountability partner is going the wrong direction, it's time to drop him.
Gotta go.
So yes, we gotta get buckets. Our goal, me and my accountability partner, and we talking basketball. I look at it. We got 5, 10, accountability partners. But of course, you gonna have your main guys, and you gonna have your other guys. But yeah, the main goal is to get that win. We have to score more than the other team. So, however that has to take place, we have to do it, and I would want to do it. And me and my bro, how we like to do it is the right way. Fundamentals, defense, the right way. Uplifting your brother, telling him even if he missed the block on the lay. Oh snap. We probably have a conversation. What happened right there? Okay, I see what you mean. Don't do it again. Let's get back to it. It's never a keep on no, because our objective is to beat them, not to beat on each other. And I'm still don't condone this, but even in fact you have a powwow with an individual, I don't condone you doing it in the middle of battle. Let's wait till this end then we can go over whatever you gotta go over.
That's embarrassing.
But that's true. But I'm the type of person, I don't care what y'all think. It just, if I'm trying to focus on beating my man, then I got my partner on the side in my ear talking. How can I focus on beating my man? Yeah. We got swords in our hand, bro. We in battle, bro. I'm close to dying.
That's friendly fire, bro. You over here shooting me when you supposed to be helping me shoot the other team.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? But like with everything, certain things take growth, certain things take time, certain things take patience, and that's what I ask for. My accountability partner is patience. So whenever I'm asking, of course, I am exerting too and applying action to that too. We are not hypocritical over here. No. We are living what we're telling y'all. It's no fake stuff because we don't have to fake. We don't need to fake. Nothing fake adds value to our life. We are valuable in itself, and we're going to continue to pursue towards what we need to pursue. You get what I'm saying? Anything that's that, my brother?
Man, powerful words. Powerful words, man. Basketball terms, I look at it as you don't realize that when you lash out on the court on someone else that's also on the same court as you in the same gym, doing the same thing that you're doing,
right?
You're illustrating your inner problem that you have, that you don't know how. Like, everyone has that inner child in them that comes out at times, that wants to be loved, that wants to be seen, that wants to be heard. It's in everybody, and some people grow with it and it doesn't want to be seen and heard as much. Some people grow apart from it and it yells out that I want to be seen, I want to be heard, I want to be the center, I want to have eyes on me. And it shows in basketball a lot of people that are hurting inside and don't really have that place to go express it for real. And basketball is that place that they express it, because basketball is a sport where you get to be very expressional. Like, you get to express yourself. Like, for me personally, when I dunk the ball, when I block, that's me expressing myself. Like, I might have a bad training day. I might have a bad conversation with somebody. I might have something that didn't look that well, that it should have been better. But then I go hoop and I go make a tough bucket. I took my negative energy, put it into the art that I do, and now I formed it into positivity. Because I changed it. That doesn't mean I have to lash out on someone to start feeling better about myself. Doesn't mean I have to complain about the first mistake someone does. When you don't live a positive life, the first thing you resort to is negativity. And when you resort to negativity, you have to stop and just look at yourself about, why am I resorting to this? Why am I lashing out like this? Right. If the person isn't giving me this energy back, why am I pushing on this energy so hard? Because I pull up to LA's and I pull up to different gyms and I hoop there, and I just see some people arguing with each other. And they're arguing over nonsense, like complete nonsense. Nowadays, a 5-on-5 game to 11 takes more than 30 minutes. That's ridiculous. And then on top of it taking more than 30 minutes, you got someone in there trying to be Kobe or LeBron or Kyrie, or trying to be the guy that wants all the eyes on him. And we don't realize like we're destroying the basketball in a way the more and more we play without critically thinking.
Pool of ego.
Yeah, it's just a big pool of ego nowadays. You go into a gym, you go ready to hoop, and I experienced this firsthand. I'll pull up in the gym, and just because of 90% of the time, because of how tall I am, and I look like I hoop, there's already people in there that's gonna hate on it. Oh yeah, I don't want him on my team. Yeah, I'm guarding him. I'm locking him up.
Oh, I gotta give him some buckets.
Yeah,
today.
I ain't say a word. Not a word is coming out. Like, I can get if I'm enticing it. Like, yeah, bro, I'm about to come here and whoop y'all your ass. No, I'm not saying a word. Cause I know a lot of the egos in here are strong, so they want me to say something so I can stroke their ego.
Right.
But it's the most dangerous killers that don't say nothing to you. They just get on the court and start killing. And I keep experiencing that. And I'm happy you brought that up because like even I don't really have an accountability partner in basketball. I gotta do this kind of solo dolo. I don't really mind because I was in that part of going to a higher level in basketball, but I just don't feel like my energy is being fully exerted into basketball to get me to the higher level that I want to go to. So right now I'm okay with where I'm at in basketball and just consistently just getting better every day by myself. And then when the time comes for me to have another partner and it's that lock-in season where I'm trying to go after this goal, then I'm for sure locked in with a partner. But it's like in this time, it's like it's even harder when no one else can push you to go do better. And it's like it's hard now with the accountability partner because they're gonna try to push you the wrong way. They're gonna try to push you in a way that I don't have to experience just by working out alone. Because now it makes people want to be alone. Like I don't mind working out alone and being by myself because I know some people ego are gonna throw the whole workout off because they're gonna think the spotlight needs to be on them. I need to be the guy that's vocal. I need to be the loud one. I need to be the one that everyone models after. When it's like you're not the mirror that everyone wants to see out of. Like you're just you're just a frame. There's someone else that's the mirror, but you're just a frame helping the mirror. And that might be a shaky analogy, but peace,
love.
Yeah, like
peace, love, and light.
If you play basketball with that, if you carry yourself like that, your life will be like that. I don't feel like you have the problems of lashing out on people, cussing all the time, complaining. Because I don't have those problems. I don't do all that when I hoop. Then I'm passionate about basketball. I go hard when I play. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to get better. I don't do all that. I feel like it's simply because I move in a certain way when it comes to peace and positivity and love in my life. And it highlights the people that aren't moving like that. Because of how you act on the court. You're acting like a child and you're a grown-ass man. How that make sense? It don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
No sense? Oh.
Nah. Do you have anything else you wanted to chop it up on about this in this episode?
Okay, yeah. People mistaking the truth and the lie. So there be a narrative on like, of course, everybody is right to their own opinion.
Yeah.
You have a right to think whatever you know what I'm saying, you think upon what you know, the knowledge you know what I'm saying, you occurred.
Yeah.
You know, and even with that don't always mean you right or wrong. But when the truth is at play here, that eliminates the dynamic on, you being opinionated, so we can't just agree with your opinion. When the truth is there, it removes becoming of opinion to a fact.
But here's this question I have for you though.
Yeah.
So like, think of it when you say the truth is there. What about the people though that don't want to see the truth? Or they don't care about the truth?
They don't want to see the truth or care about
they don't care about it. Like the truth is irrelevant to them.
About those people, they have to be shown the truth, and the truth has to come out. The truth
is there.
The truth will be disguised at times, and people may not see it. But when it's revealed, especially by its soldiers, the holy knights, the chosen ones, it would be invoked. It would be pushed out to the forefront, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how they say the devil is a liar. The truth is divinity. The truth is what will set you free. quote unquote. So, and especially when someone's competing with a lie with the truth.
But
the lie can never come out, cannot win.
But also with your mind, if you tell yourself a lie over and over again, you'll start thinking that's the truth.
And that's the
dangerous part.
And in turn, you are creating a negative illusion.
Yes, and you're living in a negative loop that you created from your mind.
Right, and in turn, this is a whole nother deeper topic. Those people who are stuck in a negative illusion are very difficult people to deal with.
For sure, because they only see their illusion and nothing else.
So whatever they feel is right, and they can't even walk in another individual's shoes. These are illusions, negative illusions, and they call these people, what do they call these people? I forgot the name.
I got a lot of words, but I don't want to throw them out. I don't want to get canceled.
We're going to put a blank right there.
Yeah. Because it's like, it's diabolical. It's like, it's evil. Oh, man. It's buffoonery. Right. Oh, man. What else? You know, someone called it like a jackass type of move. You know, there's just so much.
So many.
There's so much, man.
So many. But what I was saying was like, I didn't remember. Gas, get your butt gas. But I was saying, when the truth is to go always outshine the lie, and especially this an example. This is how you know like people around you aren't really with you. You shouldn't be around them. If someone says a characteristic about somebody else, and they're clean cut lying, and okay, you know that they lying, and you look at everybody else that should know that they're lying because it's the truth, it's evident, it's there. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing unpolished about the truth, and your people around you cannot dissolve this situation by eliminating this lie, or about allowing an individual to set this lie in the air and it just be there. You know, it's unforgivable. You know, and to conclude on that, it just, the truth have to be elaborated. The truth shouldn't be hidden. The reason being, people will forever be ignorant.
The truth has to be accepted. You can't accept the truth or you're not accepting reality.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, I just feel like that's the deepest part of it.
Right.
Accepting the truth. Knowing that the truth is out there, whether you like it or not, the truth is the truth. Now, accepting it is your choice. If you choose not to accept the truth, you have to live with the consequence of not accepting the truth. And if you choose to live with the consequence of not accepting the truth, you're choosing a harder life.
Mm-hmm.
And since you're choosing a harder life, it kind of has to sit the question of, what are you here for?
Right.
Because the truth is all around you. You're choosing not to pick the truth. You choose to live a version of life that's not the truth. And you live your life, your morals, your principles based off your truth and not the truth. And when someone around you comes with the truth and you don't like what they're saying, you value your truth over the truth and go on with the conversation. That's toxic. That's evil. Because if someone's coming to you with the truth, they're not coming to you with an opinion. If you're coming to somebody with your truth, you're coming to them with an opinion. And it's blasphemy to now value an opinion over the truth. Because that just doesn't make sense. And that's what's happening with a lot of people. A lot of people value what they've learned over what they need to go learn. In school, you notice how in Florida, they're cutting out Harriet Tubman, they're cutting out the Underground Railroad, they're cutting out Black history for real. And these kids aren't going to grow up knowing mostly anything people did in Black culture and history. And it's not up to the school district to teach our kids. It's up to us to teach our kids this. But you have to put your, not have to, but your kid's going to be in that building for 8 hours a day. So then I have to ask that question. You should know the truth of black people, but you probably don't know the truth. When you go learn the history of black people, if you are a black person, you need to know the history of black people, because that's your people. And then you go to notice these kids in school are learning the history of black people. It goes back to, so do you say those kids are learning the truth or the school's version of the truth?
School's version?
Yeah, the school's version of the truth. And then when those kids now grow up, what do you think that programming in their mind is going to be when they go out into the world and start living and start producing their own reality? They're not living from the truth of reality, because what happened in history is the truth. What they're putting in these schools and teaching the kids aren't the truth. So that's why it's so key, because you have to realize you weren't even taught the truth in the first place. That's why it's so powerful to be able to accept the truth. Because most people in this world don't value themselves off the truth. They value off what someone else taught them. And it doesn't always value out to be taught the truth. That's all I have for that part, man. Powerful, man. It's been a great episode.
I appreciate you for having me, man.
I appreciate you being on here, bro.
I'm good.
We're just gonna keep evolving, keep leveling up. Only gonna get better as you see.
Come on.
Is there any last words you want to give people?
Peace, power, and love. Ashe.
Peace, power, love, Ashe.
See you next time.